Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Welcome, Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, to the quickly newsletter of the online TV channel every Sunday. The headlines of our quick newsreel include circular on organizing the Yulambana Festival and the filial-piety of the Buddhism calendar, 2563, year 2019. The Mason of the Great UN Vesak Ceremony 2019 presided over by the Permanent Deputy Prime Minister. Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Bình Dương Province organized a talk on the role of religions in people diplomacy. Scientific seminar on overseas trauma preaching in Quest City. Chiling Pagoda celebrated today Pink Blood Drop of Gratitude in ANH Province. Inauguration of Vietnamese Buddhist Cultural Center in South Korea. The in-house retreat course accomplished in Vietnam National Temple. Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, Yulambana season, the funeral piety has become a 1,000-year-old traditional culture of the Vietnamese nation. In order to organize a solemn ceremony of Yulambana Festival and a filial piety in Buddhism calendar 2563, year 2019, serving spiritual needs and beliefs of Buddhists and people, the Standing Committee of the Administration Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha has issued a circular dispatched to all levels and pagodas, monasteries, monks and nuns, followers, and Buddhists all over the country.
On behalf of the Standing Committee of the Administration Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Venerable TIòng signed the circular number 223 on THDTS, dispatched to the province of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in the provinces and cities nationwide to hold the ceremony of Yulambana Festival and the filial piety in Buddhism calendar 2563, year 2019, from the first day to the 15th of lunar month. As stated in the circular, to ensure the solemnity and meaning of the Yulambana Festival and the filial piety, it is respectfully proposing the Provincial Administration Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in the provinces and cities to implement and thoroughly impact the contents to the monasteries and all Sangha institutions, monks and nuns, Buddhism believers, Buddhist laypersons to implement the event seriously.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of July 30, 2019, at the headquarters of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Ho Chi Minh City, or Vietnam National Temple, a ceremony to accomplish the rains retreat with Buddhist religious leaders were solemnly held.
The ceremony was witnessed by Van TIòng, Dharma Master cum Dharma Principal, Superintendent of Council of Patrons, head of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City, with more than 70 practitioners who are leading Buddhist monks of the city and representative of the nunnery division of the city Buddhism currently living in a dormitory at Tư Nghiêm Pagoda. In this concentrated retreat, in addition to the time of worship as required by the traditional meditating life, the organizing committee conducted thematic discussions with diverse, rich, and fostering contents for the Vasa practitioners, so that the city Buddhist leaders had the opportunity to exchange ideas and learn from each other's experiences in the local Buddhist affairs practiced in 24 districts of the city.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, the year-end Vesak celebration 2019, hosted by Vietnam during 12 to 14 May 2019, was attributed to a great success. In the afternoon of July 29, 2019, in Ha Nam Province, the government working group organized a conference to summarize the work of guiding and assisting the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in the organization of the United Nations Vesak Festival 2019. The Politburo member, Standing Deputy Prime Minister Trương Hoa Binh, chaired the conference.
According to Mr. Vu Chinh Thang, head of the Government Committee for Religious Affairs, the United Nations Vesak Festival 2019 was a great success. in affirming the position and prestige of the country and Vietnamese Buddhism. The organization of the United Nations Buddha's birthday celebration achieved the results and operated in accordance with the proposed plan, in line with the contents of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha. The international and domestic public opinion especially appreciated the preparation as well as the scale of the UN Vesak Festival 2019 in Vietnam as performed by the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and the concerns and support of the Vietnamese government. This is the ever largest celebrations, with participation of many heads of states, heads of governments, United Nations leaders, and international organizations. The International Organization Committee of the United Nations Vesak Festival 2019 also acknowledged and congratulated the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, which held a major and honorable celebration as sponsor and honored by the United Nations. Besides their achievements, the organization of the great festival still has some shortcomings and drawbacks. However, speaking at the conference on behalf of the government, the Prime Minister and with personal affection, the Standing Deputy Prime Minister warmly praised and acknowledged the outcomes that departments, ministries, sectors, and localities, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and Song Chung Enterprise have achieved. At the same time, the Deputy Prime Minister also pinpointed some issues to be overcome in organizing the future festivals so that the organizations of major religious events will be better performed and more meaningful in the future. The Standing Deputy Prime Minister emphasized, with the Hanam 2019 Declaration, the UN Vesak Festival 2019 continues to affirm that the state of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam always respects and ensures the people's freedom of religious beliefs, and the government facilitates the growth and operation of Vietnamese religions in accordance with the law. It reflects Vietnam's willingness to be friend and reliable partners of international friends, affirming that Vietnam is a responsible member, which always advocates and promotes the activities initiated and organized by the United Nations. Hanam 2019 Declaration is also once again to confirm the good moral values of Buddhism, which has been and will be promoted in the social life, expressing the responsibility of Buddhism in response to pressing issues of society.
On July 27, 2019 morning, the Standing Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee in Bình Dương Province organized a seminar to discuss the role of religion in people diplomacy at the People's Committee premise in TUionG City.
The program aims to promote propaganda of people external activities of the Fatherland Front and relations, strengthening external propaganda activities to help the people and friends of the world understand Vietnamese people as well as their homeland, to debate with the hostile forces, conspiracies, and tricks of using religion to destabilize the development of our nation. Delivering a speech of the program, Ms. Trân Thị Hồng Hạnh, Vice Chairwoman of the Provincial Fatherland Front Committee, presented the theme, Religion Diplomacy Contributes Positively to State Diplomacy and People Diplomacy in the Period of Innovation and Worldwide Interaction. In addition, it was also reported on charitable activities of Bình Dương Buddhism in Laos and Cambodia. These activities contribute to tightening the friendship between Vietnamese people in general and Bình Dương people in particular, and the peoples in other countries.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, in the evening of July 31st, at the communal house of Tu Dam Huế City, the opening ceremony of the seminar on the theme Mission to Propagate Trauma Enlightenment in the Globalization Trend was organized by Trauma Enlightenment Author and Administration Committee of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of Thừa Thiên Huế Province. In the context of the world entering the era of 4.0 industry, the scientific seminar is of an important meaning of forum to promote collective values in both of scholars and intellectuals to set out directions, contains solutions for overseas affairs of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha.
Attending the opening ceremony, there were TIionG, Vice Chairman of the Administration Council, Head of Dharma Enactment Order, then THÁNG, Vice Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, then THIionG, Vice Chairman and General Secretary of the Administration Council and Venerable Members of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, then THÁNG, Member of Administration Council, Head of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of THUAT Province, Venerable of Council of Patrons, Standing Member of Provincial Administration Council, and monks, Buddhists, scholars, and intellectuals. Among the representatives of the Religious Affairs Management Authority, there were Mr. Vũ Chiến Thắng, Head of the Government Committee for Religious Affairs, Mr. Lê Bá Trinh, former Vice Chairman of Vietnam Central Committee of Vietnam Fatherland Front, Mr. Nguyễn Dung, Vice Chairman of the TUAT Provincial People's Committee. The workshop is an opportunity for Dharma enactment preachers, scientific researchers, and intellectuals to discuss the long-term orientation for the cause of goodwill. And also it was to discuss strategy for Dharma propagation abroad in a methodical, long-term way. According to Mr. Vũ Chiến Thắng, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha needs to pay more attention to the foreign affairs of Buddhism in general, and the missions of overseas Buddhism propagation in particular. The evaluations contains mandates, methods, and matters related to the activities of the Dharma in general, including overseas activities of Dharma enactment propagating, are extremely necessary.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, in the morning of July 31st, 2019, in the Chi Pagoda, the airport of cooperation with the District Red Cross and Hematology Hospital in Nghệ An Province, organized one-day event, Pink Blood Drop of Gratitude. At the blood donation event, there were many monks and Buddhists of the pagoda together with multi-masses. As stated by the airport Venerable THÁNG, in the Buddhist perspective, almsgiving has two forms, internal and external. In particular, donating blood and donating organs is a great deed, which could only be performed by the bodhisattva-minded persons. Therefore, the pagoda airport always encourage Buddhists, even the monks in the pagoda, to participate in doing the meaningful almsgivings. Despite the rainy weather, many people kept coming to donate blood. The amount of blood collected at the launching sessions is about 200 units. On July 27, 2019, at Hung Lung Pagoda in Incheon City, the Vietnamese Buddhist Society in Korea held the inaugural ceremony of the Vietnam Buddhist Cultural Center in South Korea, followed by the year-long banner of Buddhist sacramental bearing the theme, Mother, I Will Go Home.
Attending the ribbon-cutting ceremony of opening the Vietnam Buddhist Cultural Center, there were representatives of Incheon City government, parliamentarians, and representatives of Korean Buddhist officials. On the Vietnamese side, there were representatives of the Vietnamese Embassy in South Korea, the Vietnamese Association, the Buddhist Society, and hundreds of Buddhist and multicultural families. Incorporated in the opening ceremony and Ulaanbaatar of Buddhist Sacramental, Pagoda Congregation and airport also pray for souls and spirits of grandparents and ancestors, the Vietnamese people who had died from labor accidents, and also for all the innocent spirits. Finally, the program proceeded with awarding certificates of merit, quiz, and examination of Mother Love Lullaby, Long Dress Show, Modern Southern Style Blouse, and Vietnamese Cultural Induction. The Vietnam Buddhist Cultural Center in South Korea is headed by the nun Thích Nữ Giới Tánh as the chief administrator, and will be a place of spiritual culture and Buddhist story for the Vietnamese Buddhist community living and working in South Korea, in particular, and for the Korean Buddhism followers who love Vietnamese Buddhist culture. It is expected to be a significant contribution and a great deal to the friendship between the peoples of Vietnam and Korea.
Dear Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your having watched this week's Newsreel. We wish you all peace and happiness in the drama. See you in next Sunday Newsreel. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Goodbye. Cheerio.